Hey there guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the Ultimate RTG. So I was trying to explain to you, on Saturday we were in a little bit of a pickle. Connection was iffy, I completely lost my head quitting our matches. So on Sunday it was grind time. No rage, no quit, full momentum. And we've done it again. One of these days we're not going to be so lucky, and I swear to you, I came up against the best ever team. Prime Michael moments Eusebio, Prime Michael moments Hullet, and if that's not impressive enough, 99 team of the season Ronaldo, 98 team of the season Neymar. The list just goes on, and he gifted us the win. I was fully expecting the loss. I could not believe my luck, and what that allowed me to do was put it in the back of my mind. I've got an extra win to fall back to, because if I've got to go 2-2, I'm sweating, I'm gonna choke, I'm rushing my play. If I've got 3 games to get to, happy days, it's in the bag. And that's what happened. We finished in Elite 3 with 1 game in hand, and I gifted that away. I repaid the favor. So Elite 3 has been secured. We made some awesome changes, bringing Perisic in, and I want to get into speaking about how he performed, as well as Ramos and Jordi Alba. But to start off with, FIFA 20 news. I've been seeing and doing a little bit more research. EA have done some interviews with publishers and stuff about what we should expect FIFA 20 to be about. So I just want to give you guys my idea as to how I've interpreted some of these changes and explain what I think the meta is going to be. So first of all, they keep saying that the gameplay is going to be a little bit slower. Don't worry, that's not an alarm bell, because every single FIFA, it's the same theme. The gameplay slowing down. Like if you were to go back to even like FIFA 16, the difference from FIFA 19 to FIFA 16 would be so big, you wouldn't enjoy it. It's what we get used to. Then if you think about going back even further to like FIFA 11, FIFA 10, that gameplay is just not realistic at all. You could get from A to B with like 2 passes. That's how fast it was. Now I enjoyed it because it was arcadey, but I do appreciate if they are wanting to bring a little bit more of that authentic feel to FIFA 20, and again, they're wanting to spread out the pitch, give you more time and space, and I feel like what that's going to do is affect defending. Now, you know how I usually take a left winger and I drag them back into like the midfield to help keep a good defense and just bolster up the mid. If I'm looking to take a CDM back to left back, I don't believe the tracking back ability is going to be as overpowered. Now, one of the reasons why I feel like I don't play a switch is because sometimes in a game when it's not that responsive and I'm trying to fight over that left back switch, in that time that I'm trying to get the right player, I could have taken the CDM, marked whoever I was wanting to mark, and potentially come away with the ball anyway. So it could just be a bad habit because of gameplay, but that's something that I need to be true with myself, because if this all has been patched or updated for FIFA 20, I need to get into like a habit of defending properly. So I don't believe that I'm going to have too many issues, and it's something that a lot of other people will adjust to. So if you're someone that is relying on just taking your strikers to track back, or you're someone that is just playing drop back, I think it's going to hit you a lot harder. But don't worry, there's always like room for improvement. Another thing that they keep suggesting is this strafe dribbling. It's basically mini games all over the pitch. So when you see like people dropping their shoulder, rolling past their man, it's going to be a little like that. So if they have like slowed down the game, but then they've given the pace in those situations, then I don't think the chaining of skill moves will be that bad. The only reason why I would personally change skill moves is because you would get past one, it's so congested and you're being closed down by AI. There's so much like constant pressure and just really jockeying and mirroring your every move. And for a skiller, it's just horrible to play against. So if they have opened up the game a little bit, and it really does come down to forcing you into that 1v1 situation to make a tackle, that is awesome for the game. So with a contain as well, what they've done now, they've adjusted it. So if you are pressing contain, you will get a little bit of assistance, but you'll be further away. And then if you were to like take off contain and manually jockey, you're going to be a lot faster to move. So it's just really going to reward those that want to take control of their defenders to make those manual tackles. Now, going back to the gameplay speed, I'm not going to suggest that slow players will be meta, but if they have slowed down the game and there's more time and space, players with I'm going to suggest like 70 to 75 pace, which usually don't get used because of the whole like meta build. You need to be fast, strong, powerful to track back, push up the play. If it is really putting emphasis on like passing build up, then you might be able to get away with players like Luka Modric, Kevin De Bruyne. Not to suggest that people don't use them, but they're not really go-to. But after like a few more informs and special cards that get dropped on the game, who knows, it might just be all about pace again. So I'm looking forward to those types of changes. Now, give you like a better idea, co-op gameplay speed. Have you ever played it on FIFA 19? That is a lot slower than Ultimate Team, and at times it does feel a little bit delayed, and that could be one of the reasons. But if it's something like that, where there is a little bit more space, I think that it's going to just better the game as a whole. It will feel a lot more realistic. Now, the ball physics, this is important. What they're suggesting is there's going to be more variation with the shots, like to finesse. They said about that because finesse shots, ever since they dropped, like I think 2 patches ago or 3 patches ago, finesse shots just haven't really been that viable. You take a finesse, you'll be inside the box and they come off the post. Like you do hit the post a lot more now post-patch. So if they are adding like different ball physics or just making the ball a little more realistic, I'm hoping that that adds variation to when you're inside the box. That's my concern, because you'll be defending, your opponent gets through, let's say, he takes a rubbish shot at your keeper, and what's going to happen? You already know, I don't even need to say anything. Your keeper will purposely push it back. It's like a magnetic field. Like your opponent's foot as a magnet and the ball's just going to lock onto it and they get an easy goal. So if it is going to be adding curve or different spin to the ball to just add variation to those rebounds, that is going to be fantastic. And another thing that I want to speak about is because they keep suggesting that there's going to be a lot of these like 1v1 confrontations, and in real life you'll see like Sterling out on the wing, he'll drop past a player, it makes things happen, it's exciting to watch. He was also saying that with players like Jordi Alba, he's going to be a lot more agile to defend. So what that tells me is agile fullbacks could well be the meta. Not just about going forward, but getting ready to jockey and position. So if you're sluggish, it's not looking so good. Maybe not so much like in the midfield like the 2 CDMs, but definitely on the wing when you're against Mbappe, Neymar. I don't know how Ronaldo's going to perform, but it looks like it's going to be another FIFA where agile players just take control. And I don't mind that so much as a dribbler, but if it is just going to reward like that first or second skill, then you're not going to have to chain the skill moves anyway. So I'm really looking forward to some of these changes, and I will probably produce a few more videos in the next few days about like Volta and a few other things like that. So if you're excited, let me know in the comment section. But back to, I think I've covered everything really, like the tracking, the slowing down of the game. I'm a little bit worried, but again, if it means that they're increasing the skill gap, just give us consistent finishing as well, please. Inside the box, I beg you, EA. But with the upgrades that we made, like Jordi Alba, Ramos, those two, were they really the difference? I would say Ramos was performing very well, and looking at him and comparing how he plays against Rafael Varane, I don't know who's better. Like in the air, Ramos just seems unreal. And then a lot of people asking me, do you mind Jordi Alba? Does he get beaten back post? And as I was streaming, someone said, like it was perfect timing, someone asked me about Jordi Alba's heading ability, and as he said that, some guy whipped it back post, and he like dislocated his neck to get to the ball, and he doesn't really get dominated with those back post crosses. And then going into the tackle, he feels strong, carrying the ball. He's just a fantastic fullback option for his price. I think he really does perform well. I mean, Ramos, I don't know if I prefer Rafael Varane or himself. It's a bit of a tricky one. Maybe on the ball and then playmaking, Ramos is slightly better. And then with Perisic, I was starting to enjoy Perisic, right? On the Friday, the Saturday, and then on Sunday, when I was desperate just to get a little bit more going, not to suggest that he wasn't playing well, he was still getting goals and you're going to be seeing some awesome finishes. I was just wishing that he would have a little bit more pace or more agile to break past my opponent's defense when they were dropping back. That's one of the reasons why Sterling, my God, this man, Sterling was brought into the team once again off the bench at halftime, and he was changing things. His positioning, I've got to say that it's probably one of the best on this game. He's always on the last man. He's always annoying to come up against as well. I love him. And I think we're going to make that purchase. Depending on how many coins we make from the rewards, if we can get together like 800,000. I'm surprised that he's 800k though. If anything, a lot of these special cards have just gone up in price, which is crazy. But 800,000, I might make the purchase. I've still got like 6 or 7 games left with the card to be brought off the bench. So we shall see. But my God, Elite 3, once again, boys, very, very happy with that clutch. Today's video was just really going to be the breakdown of the weekend league, and then tomorrow I've got, I believe I've got the Volta video planned just for something a little different and speak about the plans that I have for FIFA 20. Now it could involve like a second channel and all of that. So yeah, I will see you boys tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section where you finish in the weekend league, and if you could support the video, and if you are needing game codes or anything like that, link in the description, also to my social media, and I will see you boys on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. I do recommend Ramos, Jordi Alba, and even Perisic, but Perisic for next week most likely it's going to be changed. Thanks for watching. Team out. Peace.